Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so I thought today I would kind of work on a journal that I'm going to be putting up for sale as I kind of talk about my thoughts on this whole COPPA thing that's going to be affecting all of us YouTube. Anyone who uses YouTube and also the creators. So, if you're not really familiar yet, sorry, I'm not used to doing this and talking at the same time right now. So if you're not really familiar with what's going on quite yet, regarding this whole situation, basically, COPPA has been around for a long time, and the regulations have been around for a long time, but the FTC is kind of cracking down on it, and recently YouTube was fined $170 million by the FTC, and they are subsequently kind of in turn, I don't think I like the orange, kind of putting the, I don't want to say blame because it's not the blame. They're putting the onus on the YouTube channel creators as far as making us responsible for what we're putting out on YouTube. So YouTube creators are being forced to decide if our videos are intended for children or not intended for children. And the ramifications of how you designate your video means that if you are monetized, which I'm not, means if you decide that your channel is made for children, then those videos that are assigned that way would not be monetized. They're going to turn off intro cards, exit cards. I don't use either of those either. And comments are going to be turned off. So also, they won't be shareable, and they can't be added to, YouTube watchers can add whatever videos they want to playlists. So if it's designated that it's for children, that would also not be available going forward. So what does this mean for my channel? Well, okay, well, let me back up a little bit. So on top of all that, they're not being super specific about just their language that they're using is it's very vague and kind of leaving it up to a lot of interpretation. One of the things that's sticking with me is from the FTC, they're saying may appeal to children. Well, there's a lot of things that may appeal to children. What I'm doing right here may appeal to children. Is it intended for children? No, not at all. Not in the slightest. So, yeah. So, where does this leave me? Well, I already said my channel is not monetized. I primarily use my channel for, well, it's for showing you how I create my, products. And sorry, I always have to remember how to do that. Okay, that goes out. Okay, it's not intended for children. My channel is not intended for children. However, I think it definitely could be considered part of a lump of videos. A lot of the crafting videos are, oh my gosh, This was probably not the right thing to do while I was trying to talk about this right now. Okay. Trying to do this and talk at the same time is not working. So yeah, like I said, my channel is not intended for children in any way, shape, or form. However, there are bright colors sometimes. There are potentially child themes because I use books from old children's book or pages from old children's books in my journals. I've had journals that I like to use bright colors in, like the painting of the papers. It's very, very subjective, this whole rule. And the scariest thing is, even though I'm not monetized, and I thought at first, when they first started this whole subject kind of started coming to light, was they were going to crack down on, the reasoning for this was to crack down on YouTubers who are serving up ads, or YouTube is collecting data on kids is really where this all kind of came from. And I wholeheartedly believe that should not be done. Good for the FTC on cracking down on that. I completely agree with that. Where I have problems with this whole thing is the vagueness of a lot of the wording that they're using. I even watched a video this morning saying that it's probably unconstitutional because that wording, because us as YouTube creators, we don't know when what we're doing that could potentially be breaking the law. I don't feel like what I'm doing is breaking the law in any way, shape, or form. However, I am subject to fines that I feel like I'm being stuck between a rock and a hard place here. And yes, my channel is not monetized. And I don't, in the grand scheme of things, have a whole host of subscribers. So it's not like they're really going to be looking for me. I'm not someone that they would be targeting. Where did that go? Oh. But at the same time, I need to kind of think about ramifications that could potentially affect me. And this is a hobby. This is not my main source of income. I created my channel because I enjoy making junk journals, and I wanted a way to kind of share what I'm doing. I wanted a way to show the flip through videos of my finished journals, because Etsy only allows 10 images per listing. And subsequently I decided to kind of go into the process of how I create the journals, just to make it more interesting for everyone involved. So yeah, okay, so I don't know if any of you have been kind of following this or not, or how much you've been following, but in the last day, I've seen a couple of videos come out of lawyers that are on YouTube that are trying to help everyone kind of understand the weight of impact of all of this. Oh my gosh, this is not working very well. And one in particular said he got a phone call from someone who, I can't remember who he said. Well, he didn't know who it was. It was an anonymous phone call. But basically he was telling the lawyer guy to say, go take a look at these sections and whatnot of what the FTC is actually put out there as far as what the law is or the rules are, and it says there is a stipulation for channel makers that for the general content, basically, the videos that could be enjoyed by not only kids but adults, family-friendly channels. I guess even though my videos are not intended for kids in any way, shape, or form, I suppose I would be one of those channels. I would say, I guess my channel would be general content. My issue right now is YouTube has not even given us creators the option to choose that. And it's very disappointing to me because I feel like YouTube is being very short-sighted when it comes to those creators, because I'm just afraid that they're gonna go too far with these rules and regulations, and in the end, what's gonna happen is YouTube in general is gonna suffer, and all this wonderful family-friendly content that's here is gonna be forced to either die off or just, I don't know what's going to happen, because there's so many YouTube channels that I even watch. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched the Hercules Candy channel. I love that channel. I look forward to when they bring out any kind of new episode, and I'm fearful that that channel would go away because, why would they spend hours and hours developing content for no, and not be paid? I mean, I don't want my thoughts to be misconstrued at all. I mean, obviously, my intent for being on YouTube is not to be paid, but that is a main factor for a lot of YouTube creators out there. Why would you spend hours and hours developing content when there's no payoff at the end? Or the payoff that you had was drastically changed, Okay, so where does this leave me? Right now, I'm kind of in a wait and see mode. I was leaning towards marking my channel as not intended for kids, because it's not. And then if there are any videos that I have that may be considered childlike, I may decide to mark those as intended for kids, even though that's a lie. I don't think any of my videos are intended for children at all. Just because, and even though I am not monetized, I'm still deathly afraid of being charged one of these huge fines. Now, I did see another video this morning where they were talking about, if you're not monetized, and the FTC even said that the rule is based on, the fine would be based on the percentage of money that you made per said video. Well, considering I've made nothing on any of these videos, 0 times 0 is 0. So it's not like they would be able to go after me, but they could say, take your channel down and remove all your videos, and then I would be stuck. So yeah, I mean, right now, I feel like there's a whole lot that's been happening in the last week. especially, even in the last 24 hours. It seems like there's new developments every single day. So I'm not going to panic. I'm worried, but I'm not going to panic, and I'm going to do what I need to do for YouTube. I'm going to mark my channel and videos appropriately, and I guess wait and see. I will keep everyone posted on, you know, what happens between now and January 1st, and where I lie. But for right now, that's kind of my thoughts. It's sad. It's really sad. I spend a lot of my time watching YouTube videos, not just crafting videos, but, you know, the Hercules Candy. I watch Curiosity Incorporated. It's a channel from a guy in Canada who has an antique store. And, you know, another one that would be, I think, not intended for kids, but kids would be interested in it. And he is another one that would fall into this trap. I don't want to say it that way, but it feels like a trap. It's just, it's really unfair. So, yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm sad. I feel like I may end up having to shut my channel down, or if nothing else, it's going to be pretty minimal content going forward. But I still have hope that our lawmakers will listen to the people and realize that, and YouTube, realize that there is a need for us to be able to mark our channels as for a general audience. I think from my perspective, as an adult that uses YouTube as an entertainment channel, pretty much all the channels that I watch are what would probably be considered general content, general audience content. It's sad because it feels like, you know, YouTube has put all these stipulations on us because of the FTC. This is not a new thing. This has been in place for a long, long time, and it sounds like the FTC has been cracking down harder and harder on YouTube. You know, YouTube has done a lot of things to make their platform a family-friendly place. And then now I feel like we're being punished. Because I don't know. I don't know why they didn't make a general audience designation. To me, this is silly. It's going to hurt YouTube in the long run too. Because think of how many channels are scared right now and just shutting down. Think of all that ad revenue that's potentially lost because YouTube hasn't given us this opportunity to say, yeah, we're a general audience. I mean, I don't fit in either one of those categories. I can't say well, yes, my channel is made for adults. I'm going to say that right now. It is made for adults. I don't want kids watching my channel. If they do, that's fine. I don't swear. I don't do anything bad. It could potentially be interesting for kids, but my channel is not intended for kids. And but where does that leave me? I feel like both answers are a lie. Neither one fit. The one that does fit isn't available. And yeah, at the end of this, right now, I'm more irritated with YouTube than the FTC. I completely, wholeheartedly believe that regulations need to be in place for protecting our kids. I 100% do not want to do anything or be involved in anything that would be harmful for kids. But at the same time, I feel like I'm being punished for just living my life, doing my, you know, yeah, I'm at a loss for words right now. So, I think I'll cut it off here. So, yeah, so I guess stay tuned. I'll keep you all posted on what I end up deciding to do. And yeah, so, if you saw this and you're thinking, ooh, that's kind of cool, I'll have this available for sale in my Etsy shop. I'll do a flip through of this probably right now, and, I'll make it for, available, and you can go check it out on my Etsy shop. All right. I'll see you all later. Bye.